All right. I think we're good. We good? We should be good. I'll do one more check. Oh yeah, those. We got a Honda Civic. We're going to be doing everything. And nothing's been prepped so far. So this is going to be fun. YouTube, are you YouTubing? Yes, it is. Connecting? No, not connecting. Almost connecting. Let's got to think about it for a minute. There we go. Okay, it worked. What's up? We're gonna start with taping up door seals. This one, pretty dusty. Gonna take a fair amount of cleaning. Glass cleans up pretty quickly, but when they're this dusty, it's not like it's gonna take that much longer, but you do have to be careful of like everything. So extra caution around pillars and stuff, extra cleaning on the back window. Those are the areas that I'm a little extra cautious about when we get to those. I wrapped a 220 from your vids. Never thought I could do it. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I find spray painting my windows is easier. You know, I would have made that video, but somebody already made it. Somebody took nightshades. Was that you? Did you make that video? They look good on the outside. Only charge $220. I mean, it just depends. $220 is really not that bad. It just depends on your market. But getting a job out there that you actually did and start to finish and everything, it's good. It's really good. It's a big barrier to cross. How did you start PPF in your business? We haven't yet. Trick question. I wish we did. It's tough though. I've done PPF before. And it's a skill set that requires like tinting, a lot of time and patience. Your risk is a little higher because your film cost is way more expensive and your time in it is way more expensive. And if you're not careful, you cut the paint and that's way more expensive. So just like anything, watch videos. I'd suggest getting like Geo's. Geo's got a pretty price competitive PPF. They have their higher quality ceramic shield, and then they got a ooh, look at that. Look at that. What we want to get a ugly rag dirty. There's so much dirt. Tape's not even gonna stick to it. Get a new piece for that one. Do you think commercial tint is good? Yeah, commercial tint's an awesome field to get into. Your money per square foot is way better, and it's way easier overall. There's a lot more skill involved in cars. With houses and commercial buildings, it's like, I mean, there might be high up windows. That's its own thing. The window's not any harder necessarily. Wow, I really need to wipe out all these seals. Look at that. This is just gonna fall off of here. I actually just pulled all the dirt off with it. That's been caked up for a long time. But yeah, your square footage cost, like just everything is easier with flat glass. Easier to scale, easier to grow, easier to do. It's just more salesy and just a different type of business. So rather than like you know, just getting a car for a couple $100, you're going to be quoting just bigger jobs in general. So it's a little bit more legwork, a little bit more sales work. Just clean it. I like both. It's sticking good now. Note to self. Doesn't stick to a massive dust layer, but it'll stick to most other things. How long should it take a beginner to tint all the windows, including the windshield? My first car after some training was like 6 hours. And then it was a little faster on the next go around. It's really like learn how to do a window, and then learn how to do a back window, and then try and package the whole thing up and see how long it takes you. But it should get substantially quicker on like the next couple go-arounds, and then that's gonna then take a little longer, and then a little, or like a little less, and then a little less, but you're gonna eventually want to aim for like doing a car within a couple of hours, and then a windshield, add an extra hour to that. It's usually like a good time frame. But focus on doing good work first, and then speed can come with that. See, we way more better now. I'm your fan. Hey, answer. What? I really appreciate you. Now, talk to me. Tints on a Honda. Yeah, man. And we're doing good. We're going all out. We're doing 70% ceramic on the windshield, 35 on the front, and then 5 on the rear. This is the tint stuff, kid. That's right. Still tinting cars. What is this car? This is a Civic. It's a 09 Honda Civic. What's a good cheap plotter? Workhorse 2 or the Workhorse 1. Both of them you can find at Plotter Depot. I haven't messed around with like the $500 Vivor plotter. I haven't quite wanted to go that route, but I've used like the Workhorse 1 was $1,600. Workhorse 2 is like $2,200 now, something like that. I'm getting my legacy 20%. Nice. All right, so we're just gonna wipe some of the dust off of these. What is the Workhorse? What's that? It's a plotter machine. Tint cutter. Swipe this off. All right, let's get some film. So we are doing 35. The floor looks terrible to clean. Oh, it's great. You just let stuff fall in there and you don't have to worry about it. What about US Cutter? I haven't used US Cutter, but on some of these machines, there's similarities between them. It's worth looking at one machine and another one and seeing if it's got all the same buttons and looks the same. Some of them are rebranded. do you recommend for the front windshield? It depends on what you're looking for. Most of my clients go with a 50%. It's what I have on mine. It's that age where you're a little bit more practical. You want to darken it up, but you don't want to feel like you're going to get a ticket for it. No, this one is not. I had a similar year, though. We had a 2-door instead of the 4-door. 4-door would have been better for the classes, though. Do tint work. I do something like that. Whoa. Come on, knife. Alright, we got some blades changed. Headlights are on, so we gotta shut those off. Can I... What do you think they based the Workhorse 2 plotter design from? Yes, now they're off. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really looked into... what was that company? US Cutter? I just hear them mentioned a lot, and I've seen some pictures of some of them. I just don't remember. I don't look at them very much. A little bit more. We got some old water in here. That looks like the hybrid. It is the hybrid. The wheels give it away. Those are hybrid looking wheels. Kind of looks like the Titan. Yeah. You just got to make sure that all the features and the buttons and everything looks the same, though, because there's some that are a little bit different from others. Honda Civic 2008. Oh, yeah. That's right, 2008. I wasn't sure if it was 2009 or 2008. All right, we're going to start with this cut up here. Any advice? Any advice tinting in a cheap market? They're using cheap tint and driving down the prices. Not any good ones. You have to do stuff to stand out. But if like a market is filled out and super saturated and everybody's doing cheap tint and you're really expensive, then you gotta just deliver far better everything. Value, experience, image. Or what's the point? And if people don't care, then they just don't care. Area can definitely matter. So if you're just in an area and people aren't looking for what you're offering, then try and go to a better area. What's your solution? We're using tint slip. We use 3 ounces in a 3-gallon spray tank. What's up? This is 2 layers of 35. Does it look like it? Now it does. We're using C2 35. We were using Pro Nano. C2 looks so much more neutral. I like it a lot. I thought this industry died off in the early 2000s. No, it's grown exponentially more. It's so easy to tint. I mean, depends on who's doing it, I guess. Is it impossible to get no dirt under your tint? It should be super minimal, whatever it is. It's never gonna be like completely flawless. You'll be able to find something if you look hard enough, but that should be very minimal. All right, let's see how this matches up. So this is 2 patterns cut together. I want to shave this one down just a little bit more. It's almost there. Thanks for the business idea. You're welcome. Window tint's the greatest thing ever invented. Yes. All right, now I'm going to separate these. Ta-da! So this is going to go to the other side. Have you ever shrunk a Chevy Spark rear window? Yes. Is it a hatchback or is it bigger than it would seem? It's been a while. I haven't had a Chevy Spark in years. I know I've done one though. Do they make a hatch and a regular one?
Yeah, I think there was a 2-row Spark with a hatch.
Yeah, I've done both. Because I couldn't remember another name that went with that one. Tint worth more than that car, maybe. Yeah, we're going all out. We're doing full C2 ceramic on this one. This is a $700 tint job. Okay, so this is a 35. We need this still for those front quarters, so we're gonna just set this back over here in the box. And then we're gonna break out. Next, we have the 5. That's this right here. Is it easy to get a shop? Yes, but maintain depends. You gotta be able to just cover all your expensive and maintain some type of a living. So like my shop, just the rent, not utilities, internet, anything else, is $3,400 a month. I miss when I was doing that from home though. That was an awesome setup. Then it was like $1,600 and I lived there. You guys going to SEMA? No. Maybe one of these years I'll get out there. Should be what?
A vendor.
At SEMA?
Yeah,
It just means it's more expensive to go. They want you to set up a booth.
Yeah. You get a free year if you get the Tintley tattoo. Tintley logo tattooed on you.
What percent is this? So we're doing 5 in the rear, 35 in the front. Tear that off. I keep buying these 10-foot rolls on eBay to do a few small windows, and they keep arriving with marks on the pieces. Do you think the sellers... are they pre-cuts? Or are they just like generic rolls? I wouldn't order film off of eBay. Anybody selling film off of eBay is just a shop or an individual whatever seller. Like, there's no effort being put into it. It's get film as cheap as they can and then just mark it up however much they can, which usually isn't very much, which is why you're buying it from there. It's just really bad all around. Do you do mobile? No, not anymore. I used to be strictly mobile. Are there any showers in your store? Oh, I kind of wish, though. Roll this down. I'm going to trim this top edge. What do you like better, Apex or C2 ceramic? Well, Apex, because it's just more of the same but better. But it's like C2 ceramic versus Apex, it's the same film with an added layer of ceramic. That's what Apex is. So it's just 2 layers of ceramic in one film. But it's got the same base layer. So they both come from C2 carbon. Then C2 carbon adds this layer of ceramic, and then you get C2 ceramic. And then you add 2 layers, and you get Apex. Do you enjoy doing tint? Yeah. Yeah, tint at this point, it's enjoyable, but I always need some type of variety. What did you do for marketing when you first opened a shop? Facebook? And that helps some. Get on Google Maps as quick as you can. Get a website put together. Try and look like any other respectable business. All of it matters and all of it adds up. You get leads from everywhere. Does ceramic film really has ceramic? It's there's a few different kinds. It's and there's a few. There's like antinium tin oxide. I know I pronounced that wrong. But it depends on the ceramic, but there's, yes, they actually like put a ceramic material in the films, or like an oxide material that they call ceramic, I think. What's the most difficult job you've done? Just old stuff. Rock Rose opinions? They're the new Lexan. I'm just gonna get bombarded with questions about them soon enough. Because if you ask me like who is Lexan's direct competitor, I didn't have an answer for you. Now it's definitely them. Insert generic Korean film brand and keep it as cheap as you possibly can, and you have Lexan or Rock Rose. All about price. I had ceramic on a Q50 with black leather interior, and it made it where it could get in and even drive in the summertime. I live in Texas. Nice. Ceramic, what it does is it absorbs the heat. So like your car's still a metal box. It's still gonna get hot. But when you start running the air, and it's about absorbing that sun from just passing straight through the glass. So it hits the glass, and then it dissipates off the car. Where without it, what's happening is the sun is just cutting straight through and soaking into everything. So it'll keep surface temperatures down. And then it just makes it way more comfortable to drive. You just don't feel that heat anymore. Is there a rock chip film for windshields? There are. I haven't looked at them in a little while now, though. Anyone that I've seen previously, I noticed this. Like, anytime a film was like 4 mils thick or so, 3, 4, that thickness gives it a lot of like this blurry texture to it. I think it's really hard to make it film or make a thick film clear. And the other thing is durability. So if it's like a TPU, like a PPF film, then it's stretchier, but I think it's a little bit more prone to scratches and wipers and that kind of damage. So it's like, yay, I protected my windshield, but if the film starts to mar up and look like crap after a year, well, if you've paid like $500 to put that on, you're going to be upset. They get much, $500 like starting price too for it. It gets expensive. How much for a 2001 Ranger? Just asking for a range on the Ranger. Starting on that would be $220. Side windows and the back glass. We're like $120 for front doors, and then we could just do the back window for $100. Love from India. What's up? Is there a difference if I install horizontal or vertical? Yes. There's a shrinking difference. What? Comments, you all over the place. What's your mindset for shrinking the windows? What? There's, I don't know. Some of these comments. Okay. Let's learn something. Let's set this window up and learn how to install it then. I don't know where comments are going right now. Would you take a windshield out of a boat to tint it? Yes, but I'm not the person to ask about that because I don't do that. I would remove it though. I just have no experience doing that. What do you charge for a single window, like if it's a break-in? Single window, 60. All right, that. We need some, we definitely need some razor blades. X-ray films are removable, and they're taking the market of such tints. That's why bro ain't replying to me. X-ray films. Removable. Oh, that shit? No, those were some good TikTok videos. They're just taking pre-cuts and sticking them to plexiglass. Makes a great TikTok. I don't know how long the tint would last on plexi like that. It's definitely interesting. I think it's silly, but I mean, baby shades are a thing, so temporary tint is definitely a thing that would be cool. Something that you could throw on and just take it off. Any shop could do that, though. All the websites were scammy, though. Yeah, it's like sunglasses. It's just like a completely different product. The videos were kind of, a lot of videos that I saw were kind of misleading though. Like their windows that they were showing examples on were already tinted. So they had regular tint and then they were putting that on top of it to show it, making it look darker, but they didn't show it like by itself. Because it doesn't look the same. Grimy windows. It's all right. I haven't had something like this in a minute. These will take a little bit longer to clean, but glass cleans up fairly quickly. So your top edge is going to hold a lot of dirt. There's going to be a lot of dirt just kind of like caked up in the side seals, so you just need to knock all that stuff loose. So these same tools I'll use along with my knife to kind of scrape out the seals. Just make sure all that dirt, see all that? We want to get rid of all that. Squeeze it off a couple times. There we go. Do it one more time, just because I'm gonna be thorough. Perfect. Should I go for X-ray film or proper tint? Like I said, the temporary tint meme, I don't know how long that stuff will last. It's just, like, tint's not made to stick to plexi. It usually bubbles. So, like, if you leave it on your car sitting outside, it's a good chance that it's just gonna fail. I mean, if I tint any plexi windows, they're gonna, like, immediately fail outside, so. Plexi will, like, off-gas. All right, let's line this one up. Looks nice. There we go. Get it as close as we can without going over. What film is this? This is 35. This film blocks out 65% of the light. On the inside looking through, like now, it's always going to seem lighter than what it actually is. But the camera adjusts the exposure to make it, like it adjusts for the 35%. So that's why it looks so light right now. I'm having trouble with a Porsche Boxster. I've actually never done one. I'm sorry, I cannot help. Wipe that off. Looking good. We are ready to roll it up. And we'll flush out the underside. We're gonna go ahead and peel this out. We're gonna wet the bottom. I wanna make sure that these get flushed out. All right, we're gonna tuck it. So to tuck it, we're gonna start with the corners. So we're gonna take this, push this up on the window. The main part is to make sure this lays flat. So watch, I'm gonna pull this, and then it's gonna lay this part. That all needs to lay flat. So see how this is flat now? We're gonna start sliding it over to the right, slowly tucking it into that seal. Why are we sticking? Hang on. There we go. Slide that over. And then this thing, we're gonna do the same thing. Pick this up. Get that corner started, shift that over, and then we gotta lift this up. So we're gonna pick a spot on the film. We're gonna lift our film up above the seal. And we're gonna pull this back and start working this down into the seal. You know what I mean by everything's so grimy? So you just gotta be careful, everything that you touch. You don't ever, on a vehicle like this, you don't really wanna try and tuck it in and then pull it back out. Just get everything to go in as directly as you can. Less opportunity for dirt to wash back out. And we're gonna card this out. This guy has no idea what he's doing. Yes, I have no idea. We've been exposed. Can I see your shop? What happens to all the water that goes under the door panel? It goes out the bottom. Da 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 da. Now we can peel this tape out. Save our razor blade for the next window. Look at that. We still leave the drips that were on the door panel. So many people don't know their cars have drain holes. I know, like, everybody, if you look close, you see these gaps here? What makes you think water getting down in there is different than water getting down right in there? Do you live every Thursday? No. We live when we can. Very nice shop. Thank you. How much to get a car tinted? What kind of car? All right. Where's the super chat smoke? Oh, is there a super chat? You know, I backed this car in just because it was all ready to just back up right by the door. And I just didn't even think about looking the other way from the screen. We'll use the smoke. Sometimes it works and sometimes I have to go push a button. We like it to just work, but it's been a minute. A 2002 Ford Explorer Limited. Well, if it was just a 2002 Explorer, it would start at $290, but since it's limited, that makes it cool, so we'll charge more. No, it starts at $290. Costs more because it's limited. That's right. Special edition. These quarters are probably going to take me 20 tries, though. Where are you located? Sterling Heights. Detroit Tint Studio. Spray. What tape do you use? Seal guard. I usually upcharge to anyone who has a higher trim. Nice. I don't. I just year, make, and model. Most things are in the same price, unless it's just substantially more difficult. How much does it cost for a Tesla, including the windshield? Which one? Tuck that in, shift it over, line this top edge up as close as we can. Oh, don't want to go over. If it goes over, then it's going to peel. Go up to it. What kind of people tint their front windshield? A lot of them. Why wouldn't you? So we're doing 70%, which means that it's going to be invisible and it's going to block a ton of heat. Hoodlums. Sounds like a hoodlum thing to me. Clear ceramic tint to help block out the heat and not impair your vision. Very hoodlum. People that don't like seeing at night. Oh, got them. You know, I didn't realize this for a very long time, but the TikTok comments, they taught me something. There's people that think it's just as difficult to see through the tint into the vehicle as it is to see out. So they think that it's like a toddler. If I can't see you, you can't see me. Because when I was tinting windows in those videos, and then it was just like super dark, or just like generally dark, and it was hard to see through to the other side. God, there were so many people. You're gonna hit somebody. It's like, you don't know how this works, do you? Love the content. Thanks for all the tips. We've been able to make some side money, add 2 or 3 full vehicles, minimal issues. Nice. That's awesome. Congrats, man. Okay, so this quarter window is going to just be full of dirt. I'm gonna revisit that. We'll come back to that one. We're going to go to the other side. We got a couple more doors to do. I forgot that one's over there. So I'm going to leave this one over here. So, I need another razor blade because I don't have one on hand. We got some stickers to remove. We got some dirt to clean. We need a towel. See those. You see those all the time. Any Tesla model price with windshield. What? Tesla. Tesla model is not a model. There's a letter or a number at the end of that. I need that. I tinted a Mercedes 190. What year is that? When did Mercedes just call their vehicles 3 numbers? Do you ever do back windshields? Never. 1987 through 1994. No, I have not. What about a 1985 Kubota? Isn't that a Pokemon? Why do you need a year, make, and model? I don't know. Why do you need a year, make, and model to sell a car? Don't you need to know what you're working on, or you just, okay, sure, sounds good. I'll spend $20K on that. Why do you need a year, make, and model to replace a steering wheel? I have no earthly clue. Would you tint a 92 Subaru SVX? Yes. Yeah, for sure. I tint a lot of older vehicles. It's just when you get like pre-2000, it just depends on what it is. When you're in like the 1980s, you get into a lot of weird shit. If you had $50K to spend on a car, what would you go for? I'd buy a Toyota Sienna. 50K isn't really that much anymore for anything crazy. But you get a new Sienna for that. Siennas are awesome. It's like the ultimate Costco grocery getter. Use them whack, bruh. Yeah, maybe. You could retype that though. You'd seem less whack. Why do none of the local car parts stores sell legal tint? Why do they not sell legal tint? First off, go look at your local state laws. There's a percentage attached to that. So the question is first, what are the local state laws? Excellent choice on Sienna. Thank you. Somebody understands. Why does the water beat off the windows? You could get a 24 Civic Type R for 4K. Yeah, but how am I going to put 2 baby seats in a Civic Type? I know they'll fit. But like, and then go to Costco? Like, come on now. I could take my whole Costco grocery order and put it in like the lower rear section of that van and still seat like 7 people. I'm gonna go with the Sienna. What's the heat for? Some people just want to see the world burn. That's better. I'm going to run this a little bit more too. I want to make sure all my water is in here. Oh my God, my hand. Full-size Econoline. Why didn't you do that to the other side? It didn't seem like I needed to. So I always look at the window. And if the window is beating, so you see these little droplets here, and there's a lot of like, it's not even. So when I do this, I want to see it evenly sheet on the window. And when it starts breaking apart and just falling off the glass, that means that you're dealing with a window that is likely to stick. So you just want to prevent your window, like your film sticking to the window super fast, so you have time for it to slide around and get in place. I got ignored 4 times. Well, 5th time's your charm, because what's up? There's a lot of comments. If I don't answer you, I'm not trying to ignore people. Just comments come in really fast. It's just hard to keep up with everything. And then I ramble. Where can I get the Tri-Edge, the Reach, Detroit Tint Studio Green version? We have them. We don't have them listed. I don't know. We gotta get it listed. Because we are the only ones with them. But we're really bad about listing some products sometimes. And I'll be honest, I'm not in a rush to list it. I don't understand that product so much. I know we have a special edition green one, but I've got a good relationship with them. So Jay called me and he's like, hey, do you want special edition Reaches? I was like, sure. But I actually don't use them. But they look nice. We're just going to ignore the gap on the left. Yes. because the film wasn't stuck yet. But we'll get there. That's not a good reason for ignoring the chat. I wish I could sit on my phone and watch myself and just ask questions, but I gotta actually work. Does it matter which way you draw the water out? No, you just want to go top to bottom. Use gravity to help you clean the window and just make sure all your window is like dry. So that's how you sweep it. I do. I actually wish I could be a viewer of my own stream. Just because I want to see like how it all works. But it's always live. So I can never see it in real time and make adjustments. I have to do it and then look at them afterwards. It's annoying. Thought he had somebody reading it for him? No. Well, I kind of do. I've got this witty British guy reading every comment in my ear right now. Why don't I get notified when you're on? I have no idea. It's not like I saturate my notifications with anything. Internet has ruined humanity. Just depends on how you use it. You can use it like a degenerate if you want, or you can do good with it. I think there's plenty of people doing good and making progress with it, and there's plenty of people that are naturally a degenerate, so. It's not the internet's fault. I have a 2007 Lexus ES 350. Oof. I think the Lexus ES is fairly normal. The newer ones are fine, but there's a year range for the Lexus that just made it super annoying to tint. Because the door panels basically had to be taken off to do it. It just wasn't a good time. So if it's not annoying, then it just falls in standard pricing. So that would start at like $290. Yeah, those little speakers on the Lexus doors are brutal. Yeah, that mixed with like the stickiness of that glass. Those door panels, ew, look at that. Look at that. Ugh. That's after we wiped it off. Probably could have wiped them off better though. But with the Lexus, those door panels, on some of them, they literally melt. They just like take heat and get all mushy and fucking ugh. Just a bad year range for that car. The guys who do this for a living make it look too easy. Well, that's our job. We gotta make it look easy. I mean, if I had been doing it for a long time and I made it look difficult, then that's not really all that great, is it? Because then it looks like I don't know what I'm doing anymore. So I got, these I'm pretty sure were just schmutz from the soap. Yeah, they definitely are. So I'm not concerned about that. But I noticed, you guys see this? We're gonna get real close. No, it's right here. Does it read every comment or does it skip some? It reads every comment. I'm just talking over while it's reading them. So I skip some. So we gotta redo this one. But that's okay. Is it a flawless job? No, but that kind of stuff I don't like to leave in there. So I'll pull that off. Where did my... I just had one. I used it there, and I must have thrown it in a drawer. Wasting materials, that's right. Oh, I love angry shop videos. I know, we should go all like Gordon Ramsay. But sometimes, most times we don't. Some shops would kick it out. Yeah, most would. Cool. Those look good. But that's okay. It happens. So we're gonna cut out a new piece. Oh, it was glue. Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, if I kept that up, I'd have to really commit to, it's just some high energy. Just yell, kick, and scream. It'd be entertaining, though. I'd watch it. I've seen some bad tint jobs. I appreciate the perfectionist. I hate it. I mean, it's good because it turns out good work, but some days I just like... There's definitely stuff that I'll tear off that somebody wouldn't have noticed. But if it's that, I'd consider bigger, though. So I would notice that. Also, the year of the car. Like, something that's just in rougher condition should be taken into account, but I kind of start to go blind at that kind of stuff. And just like, nah, this window can be better. So let's make it better. Would have taken it off if it wasn't on camera. Oh, dude, a bad window is a bad window. Would you guys have noticed that? I like had to zoom in to even try and point it out. I could ignore it and just keep going. There'd be plenty of imperfections. You just won't be able to pick them up that you couldn't pick up on camera. But yeah, a couple of reasons. Yeah, especially driver's side. You definitely don't want to see that kind of stuff there. Because then every time he walks up to his door, he might see that and go, right? Like, it's really not that bad. No, we can do better. We don't want to be an idiot sandwich. How did you manage tinting outside when mobile? I was never tinting outside. Mobile, there are two very different interpretations of mobile. Mobile for me was going to different shops, not tint shops necessarily, just other auto companies and tinting for them. I don't think Okay, so you can't say there's no good examples, period. But there's a reason why shops as a whole succeed over mobile. It's not that a mobile person going around to people's houses can't do a good job. It's that it's so much harder to make decent money and grow a business without an actual location. Now, if that's architectural, that's a completely different story. But doing cars, like all the mobile guys should just do houses instead. Forget cars. You're wasting your time on cars. Just do houses. You're already going to their house anyways. You might as well tint it. You're leaving more money on the table by not tinting their house than doing their car. And then you can be mobile and still tint inside. It's the best of everything. But yeah, lots of time wasted on mobile cars. It's just tough because you got your travel time in between locations. Often people don't have a dedicated space for you to tint. So you're just like making stuff work. So if somebody has a garage, they generally don't have a lot of space. If they do have a lot of space, that's good because that's what you want to target. You want to target people with money. But when I was doing mobile, I think the best way of doing it is going to other shops that already have clients, but they just do other services. So they'll do like auto glass, or they'll do detailing, or they'll do stereos, or they'll do paint protection film. Letting the seatbelt hit the window. Dude, whether or not I was a tinter, how do people not hear their seatbelt clanging against a window and go, oh, that's bad? Like they just flat out don't hear it go. Ksh. It's like metal, glass, break. No? Are you using two different knives? Yes. Yeah, this one I just used for the top edges. So this one has a sharper, thinner blade in it, and I like it with the metal housing because it doesn't snag, and it doesn't make a groove in the tint. So it works more better for that. But we can't use that same blade for the rest of it. So we use a stainless for the rest of it there. When I cut this, I just dipped down a little bit too far. So that's why I retrimmed this top edge. It's just gonna line up more better. Yes, more better. Because it's better and it's more. Don't you want to be more better? Why does stainless steel matter? Way less likely to scratch the windows, which isn't really a way I cut on windows anymore. But glass and stainless steel have a similar surface hardness to them. So stainless steel is just a softer metal, where most blades are carbon steel. Why not make 2 patterns? This is a mess up, so I already tinted this window and we're redoing it. Can it ever be too cold in the unit to tint? Oh, yeah, kind of. No, not really. It can feel too cold and just be uncomfortable. I wouldn't tint like below 50 degrees, really. It's not that things are gonna freeze yet, but it's gonna just make your hands super cold. I prefer to be more comfortable. There were bays that I tinted in though where like a F-250 truck bed is just sitting outside. The rest of the cab is inside because the bay wasn't deep enough to fit the whole truck in. There is carbon stainless, but most stainless has more chromium, which makes it more malleable. That's good to know. Yeah, stainless is just going to be a mix, but Olfa and NT, those are really, really good. The other thing is carbon steel blades will rust, so if you leave a blade in your blade holder, if you don't throw it away at the end of the day and you come back to it, it'll be rusted. So like not rusty blades is good. Did I clean this off again, other than squeegeeing it? Let me scrape it. I'm defaulting back to what I do. Just because he likes green. I do like green. Yeah, I'm gonna scrape this. I'm defaulting back into... Because usually if I mess up a window, it's already been cleaned thoroughly enough. There's a couple little things that I saw on this that made it look like it wasn't quite scraped enough. So we should definitely go over it. But when you pull off tint, then when you put tint back on, you've already cleaned it. So you don't need to re-scrape it, but I'm gonna make sure. Do you think a shop would let me rent out space to tint cars? It depends on the shop. I've definitely heard of people doing that, but it just depends on the business. Because, yeah, it just depends on their situation. Like, rent costs money, and being able to offset that is always good. But, like, when you all of a sudden go to share a space with somebody, they get access to, things start getting messy, people accuse people of stealing. There's just some hang-ups. And then the other thing is, like, you know, you have to have a defined space. They gotta respect that you have that space. And what I think is a good thing to do is like tint mobile for shops like that. One tiny little dog hair that ruins it. How do I avoid that? You need to get rid of the dog. I'm sorry. Sorry you had to find out this way. Not mine, but the customers. They need to get rid of their dog. So when you answer the phone call, first thing that you need to have a conversation about is, hello, thank you for calling. did you get rid of your dog? And then you can book them. How do you get high performance tint? There's lots of sites where you can order good tint from. Get off of Amazon. We have one called 313tint.com. I got mine done at Tint Master. Tint Master? There used to be a Tint Master out this way too. I don't think they're the same business, but that was a lot of questions. How old are you? How long have you been doing this? I've been doing this for like 15, 16 years, and I'm at least that old. My husky stays, but I wouldn't tint anywhere near. No, for animal stuff, like, you can always get a miscellaneous something in your film that's hard to say definitively where it came from, or it actually was like a pet hair or something like that. But the main thing is just be quick about your install. Keep airflow relatively low. And most of the stuff that gets on the window is not actually from the car, or like from sitting on the seats and like the obvious stuff. So like you open a car door and you're like, wow, they have a lot of stuff in there. It's like, yeah, but that stuff is over there. It's not over here. So all you're looking at is the stuff that's immediately in this area. Stuff that's down here, it's not gonna jump up and get into my window. So like for the really small airborne dust particle hairs, that's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen sometimes. Hard to say exactly why. You can do everything right and then you still get one. But just try and keep ambient air flow down. So like in the summertime, we still didn't leave the garage doors open. It just depended on the day. If there was like a nice breeze and I wasn't tinting, leave the door open for a little while. And then if I got a car and I could feel the breeze coming in, I then closed the door. Because that's bringing stuff in, it's kicking up ambient dust and whatnot. But most of it is just your install. How do you afford your helpers if it gets slow, especially in wintertime? We have 2 other businesses. One of them coming out soon. The other one is the store. So we have like the retail one. And then I also have the social media stuff. So technically like 4. Multiple income streams. We're always doing stuff. So for an individual shop, when it gets slow, I don't know, you gotta be creative. That's why you stay up on your marketing and other stuff. Clap cheeks while tinting. Okay, what do we need now? This, and then we need the door covers. Much more happy with that door. That's cool. So we're gonna peel this off, wipe off the door panel. And so much better. But yeah, like a tint business is especially tough. Well, like A lot of local businesses are tough because you have to like grow outside yourself. Because like there's always this point that you'll hit where you're busy, you're doing cars. Dang, I could use some help. And then so you hire somebody to help with that, and then you're tinting more cars still. But honestly, you need to hire them to save you time so then you can focus on other things that help grow the business past just you doing a handful more cars in the summertime. So then you have to focus on marketing efforts and getting even more business. Because then when winter comes around and it slows down, it's like, yeah, I can do all this work. I don't need this other person. But then that's not right for that other person. It's tough. It's very tough. It looks like 35, but I don't know. This is 5. The front doors are 35. It's okay. It'll all make sense once we close up the doors and pull it outside. What we've noticed is the film actually, because you don't really get as many reflections on the windows themselves, the film actually sometimes seems lighter than it is. But especially with the camera here. Auto exposure. So if I look in here, all of a sudden everything brightens up, and I zoom out and then see how it goes from bright to then neutral. Like that's always happening. So that kind of stuff plays with what the film looks like right now. What squeegee blade is that? This is a newer one by Tri-Edge. It's their Pros blade. He's been working on this squeegee material for the past 2 years at least. I have a bunch of samples. This is the first one that actually has held up and been really, really good. Every material he was sending me was no. Turns out it's really difficult. All right, we're gonna start getting this window installed. We're gonna get this top lined up first, just like near that top edge. Get this flat. And we're gonna push this into the side seal, nice and flat. We're gonna go over this side, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull this back, and then slide this in. Make sure we're as close to the top edge as we can possibly get without going over. We'll run our finger over that, that's nice. Push that out. Yeah, we're on TikTok as well. Then we're gonna roll this up. Spray that out. Pull this off. Tuck corner, tuck corner. Do you recommend filing the top edge? Not really. If you can do it, go for it. If it's a frameless door, it'll mean a little bit more. But if you're good with a knife, you can cut an edge that looks damn near identical. When you do a windshield, how do you not crease the top corners? The top corners, usually people push those corners inwards. You need to do the opposite with them. You need to just fan them out. and you'll readjust the corners. So I'm not on a windshield right now, so I can't really show you yet. But I got lots of videos that do, and once we get there, we'll show you. Are you still trying out new squeegee blades? The Tri-Edge one has been out for like a month now, I think. Ew. See, I wiped it off too. There's still gross dirt there. Yuck. How difficult are infinities? Infinities in general, cues, yeah, tighter. Not super fun. Analytics viewer activity. There was, tow cars. Thank you, I appreciate it. You always give us free knowledge, answer our questions while working. Here's a dono, not being gritty with your experience and answering our questions. Here's for drinks, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's a really nice message. That's for the nice message, thank you. I'm a tinter myself, but I need to stop procrastinating. I hear ya. I work on stuff, and the next thing I know, I spend an hour on TikTok. All right, we're gonna do this back window. We'll get these quarter windows all set too. We got front quarter windows and back quarter windows. We got a back window, and then we got a front windshield as well. For as long as we've been tinting, we still got quite a few windows. Front quarter windows are gonna be really straightforward. These ones are annoying, because these are gasket style ones with not a lot of room to mess up. These ones have a nice dot border all the way around. You usually see these on the back, but Honda likes doing that on lots of windows. What was that? Smoke pouring out? It's a gas chamber. We're dying. No, that's for super chat. So if people super chat, fog machine goes off. Although sometimes this program doesn't work, so hey. It looked like it was having a problem. It should have worked earlier, but the YouTube or TikTok algorithm is strong today. I've wanted to learn how to tint. I've got the exact same Honda. Nice. Okay, so we're wiping off this back window. Lots of dirt on the outside. We'll scrape this off. Just want to, I'm sure this isn't, there's some really random big vertical scratches going on here. These aren't going to look any better once I'm done tinting them. Something scraped along that though. Fair amount of dust build up on the inside. Like, ew. That's from the top corner. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a towel, I'm gonna throw it over there. We're gonna soak it down, scrub it off, make some room. We gotta do the same thing with the front windshield. This is a Honda Civic, 2008. Let's move the seats forward. This is generally stuff that I'll do sometimes before I go live. This to me is boring and tedious. It's just cleaning. But glass cleans up fairly quick. And these headrests, these pop right out. Car's definitely got some grime on it, for sure. But that's okay. I used to tint stuff like this all day. We're more spoiled now. But I didn't charge them any differently on this one. I didn't charge extra for the grime. Okay, let's clean this off and then we'll go over the back window. So scrub pad, this one, this one, this one, we'll bring them all in there. Ooh, we don't want to kick that. That's a bad thing to kick. We go boom that way. Toyota Highlander back window. That one doesn't roll up and down. Pretty straightforward. Maybe like a 5. I don't think there's anything weird about that. But I'd have to see if there was like a spoiler that kind of comes down and gets in your way. Let's put that over there. So first thing, just kind of generally douse it down. That's just gonna soak into the dirt and then it's gonna loosen it up. This is if you have a lot of dust already on a window. Windows, in my opinion, clean up fairly quickly unless they have been tinted already. So this kind of stuff is usually just get in there, loosen it all up, squeegee it out, and then just before you cover the outside, just check it over. It's like washing dishes, that's right. Do you think tinting businesses are oversaturated? In some areas, yeah, for sure. And I think one thing that makes it extra difficult is like, it doesn't matter if somebody spends a couple $100 or they spend like $500. Everybody expects to get that they're gonna get a good tint job. So trying to, in contractor terms, sell why your service is better, I think competition heats up and it's a lot tougher than it used to be. And now you're seeing a lot more spaces like mine where you look more like a studio space than you do just a shop. But it's hard. It's hard to, convince your average person that, hey, if you spend 2-3 times the amount, you'll get a better job. Okay. So this has been all cleaned off. Now we're gonna cover it. Can you become a millionaire from tinting windows? Is it a good business to have? You could become a millionaire from having a string of tint businesses and then probably selling them. But just from individual tint shop, probably not. But it depends. Depends on how you run it. Let's outline this. Tinting is a good income business. Hard to grow past yourself. How much do you make a year? My business has changed a lot. It's not just tinting anymore. We have a store and we do social media stuff. Shipping pays better? Probably. Would you recommend high schooler tint cars instead of going to college? I think you need a reason to go to college. Don't just go to college just to go. If you actually have a plan and you look into a career and you're like, that's what I want to go into. But I think if you go into college without a plan, then you just come out with a lot of debt. Degrees don't matter as much as what they used to. And especially with AI stuff right now, lots of things are changing very, very quickly. They're not going to be able to keep up. So, good for networking, good for getting into particular fields, but yeah, have a plan. Can you explain what you're doing? Yeah, I took a soap bar, a Dove soap bar, with a spongy applicator, and then I smeared that all over the back window. Is that Snuggles? It's not, but it acts almost exactly the same. I think it's not quite as grippy. And then we're gonna put the film on. So you need some type of medium in between the film and the glass. It's just gonna make shrinking way more straightforward. We're gonna cut this off. Put that roll aside. And then we're gonna square up our film. What's this sponge called? I don't know. We got them from the rag company. It's like a ceramic coating applicator pad. You could use a towel, like a soft microfiber towel, and use it in the same way. I just saw those and they seemed like they'd be handy. Oh, you know what? No, I saw a hot tip from my Facebook group. I don't know if I got the same applicator pad, but I definitely got a similar one. But people have been using soap bars for a long time, and I just the only time I ever remember to try something different is when I'm actually at the car. So I finally remembered to order something, and then I had a soap bar here, so I tried it out and it worked. I've tinted back windows with different stuff though. Snuggle is like the best thing that I can recommend that anybody can go buy, but you can use so many things. Do you have to shrink every film? No, we just like to show the ones that you have to shrink. Yes, you always have to shrink. See this? See that? That is unshrunk film. So when you press it forward and try and squeegee it out, look what happens. This pops up. It doesn't matter where you push it down, it's gonna pop up somewhere else or it's gonna crease. So shrinking is gonna mold it to fit the shape and that curve of the back window. It's always required. Film is very rigid. It's like paper. It's like see-through paper. Heat gun, 45-degree angle. And you want to apply heat until you get it to shrink into this type of pattern here. See how these are pulling this way now? It went from this to this. And then you can push it forward. And then keep going. So all we're doing together is we're heating it up until it pulls, and then we take the card and we just smooth it forward. How much do you charge for a car like this? Well, it depends on the film. So for the top corners, I think where most people screw up is they take it and they push this film inwards. You don't want to do that. Start with splitting your film in half. So we see I'm pulling this kind of like out the corner. So for this, we're doing the same thing. There, we card this section down flat so we can shrink this. And then all these waves that start doing this, you're gonna start pushing out this way. Don't just try and back feed them up to a point. You take this corner, you kind of stretch it out. How many beers can you drink during a work day? I wouldn't tint drunk. It's just not fun. How did it not twist and crumple on the corners? What are you doing? Why are you twisting and crumpling your film? I don't know. Let me show it again. So underneath, we have just a soap bar right now that's just evenly distributed. So this film can slide. You need something underneath that basically allows the film to float. And then you just cart it down over it. The tape outline, not the film. Like how did we shrink over the tape line? Is that the question? Normally when I round the corner, the tape tries to twist up. Well, don't stretch it. If you pull it, it's stretchy. But like, I'll just have to show you. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Are you actually even using the same tape? Because then it might make more sense. Because this isn't just like tape. Why are you shrinking with so much excess at the top? Because it's all shrunk. Anything that's past the line is done. Because that's all gonna get trimmed loose. So you can leave extra film at the top or the bottom And you can use it to help pull on the film to flatten it out. Give yourself a little bit more material to work with. It's like 3 layers of pinstriping. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's a 10 mil thick tape. I like it for 2 reasons. One, when I trim this out, I'm trimming on the tape instead of the glass. And 2, I have a nice white line, so I don't have to try and shine a light on the inside and brighten up the whole bottom portion. I'll just trim the whole thing out. So you have a little time for application, but it makes up with that with cutting it out. But the main thing is keeping the glass safe. I even tried Sharpies. I don't like trying to outline with the Sharpie. It's too messy. Have you done a Cybertruck? Nope. Maybe in a year. I don't know. I'm shit at local marketing. Part of it's area, part of it's I don't put a ton of time into it. I'm good at broad marketing, though. How do you advertise? Not much. I'm going to start running Google ads here in a minute. We just tried a little Facebook run, and there's some stuff I could have done to improve it. It was like 50 cents a click through. It didn't do hardly. I don't think it did anything, actually. Okay, so now we're gonna card this back flat. You know, this is why I like using different things and testing stuff out. You don't know until you use it a handful of times. Do you have a website with a booking system? Yep. Yep, we have a detailer's roadmap website. It looks awesome. We have booking on it, yes. No, we have everything and it's in place. Just getting more leads and be better about handling those leads. It's not that we're getting none. Do you have any new tools out? I should. The latest thing that we added was the triage squeegee. There's a couple things that we should put on the website. Fusion released a new squeegee that we gotta put up on there. We have a special edition triage reach that we gotta put up on there. I was trained to shrink fingers at the top and bottom. Yep, that's right. How long have you been doing this type of work? A long time. A long time at least. 16 years? Okay. Inside is scrubbed down. Do we get a bulldozer? Yes. No. Yes, we do. We have one up there. That's fine. Can't shrink out the sides? Yeah, don't shrink out the sides. You don't want to do that. Definitely try and get some dealership accounts. No, I have no motivation for dealerships. I've worked for quite a few different dealerships. There's a couple that were worth working for, and the rest of them are just annoying. No, we've had a software project for a little while now, so that's taking up most of my brain power lately. I was hoping the Facebook ads would do something, but we're gonna run Google ads here in a minute. Those are just gonna be better qualifying ads. Is the water anything special, or is it just city water? Right now, it's just city water. City water with a filter. What's the website? DetroitTintStudio.com. Google Maps ads, yeah. Who made your website? Detailer's Roadmap. It is a awesome website. Couple small changes I want to make to it, but it is an awesome website. For the longest time, it was just a Wix website. Now it's a grown-up website. Can you reverse a back window from bottom to top? Yeah. It's not something you ever see, but yes, you could. I think I've seen it done one time. It's an interesting idea. Oh, come on. Oh, you 2000s styles. There we go. Yeah, third brake light gets in the way. But if you reverse roll from bottom to top, that would help. But there's people that, like, I never learned reverse rolling until way later, so I don't reverse roll back windows ever. But the sooner that you learn it, people will tend to reverse roll every back window, and they'll just deal with third brake lights. So, it's definitely possible. Sweep that. Card that out. I'd recommend his tint kits. Thank you. What's the software? Oh, hang on. I'm gonna check to see if we can do a demo on it. Or if I'm just waiting for a local business A2P authentication, which has to do with just text approval for a business to text message is all that is. We have it for our regular business, but I have this demo set up to a specific number. It's cool. No, we've managed to do a couple really fun things. One of them, everything's being worked on to some degree still, but our call feature is Civic. I'm just gonna refresh a page though really quick and see, because I'm curious. Where would that be? It'd be on this. The bullet lemon squeegee. No. Refresh. No, it's still in progress. Okay, it's not quite there. Hopefully today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, I got a rejection really fast. Maybe approval takes longer. You missed my super chat? There's a super chat? Oh, I will go look. But let me scrub this off quick. We'll check this over. Looking good. Green tail fin. The green tail fin is soft. I use the green tail fin specifically for the bottom corners. So if whatever tool that I have, like the side swipe and whatever, it can't always hit this area super well. And sometimes the bulldozers, that's that big white paddled squeegee, is just too thick for those areas too. So like on some corners, this will be fine, but on other ones, especially where like I could get in this area just fine. But leading right up into the corner, I'd get a little nervous, and that's where I use this. But it depends on the car. I only use this on a select number of cars. I bring it into most back window situations. But when you need it, you'll be happy that you have it. Yeah, this is all nice. We'll push a little more water there. We got a slate finger right here. Looking good. How much is this one? This one went all out with C2 ceramic. This one's $700 for everything with the windshield. Quarter windows, we gotta do those. We gotta do the front quarter windows. Ugh, there's just so much crap in here. Not gonna be fun. Are they that hard? No, but dirt. What is Tint Wiz? Tint Wiz is a big tint business organizer. It's a way to track your jobs. It's a way to send proposals. send invoices, that kind of stuff. Scheduling. Okay, so what do we got? Let me... was waiting to see you at the Orlando Tint event. Yeah, we didn't go. Or the tinter battles. Okay, so we're gonna do... Oh, we gotta bring up the vehicle first. 2008 Honda Civic sedan. Okay, so we need... Okay, I want to know what makes a port window. Is a port window on the door? Is that it? And a quarter window would be somewhere else. I think that's it. No, that doesn't make sense. Because that's on the car. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to cut these out. Let's see, we got a 36-inch roll. Let's bump that up. Why not hand cutting those? For the rear quarters, I should just cut out more rear quarters. Front quarters, yeah. Rear quarters, easy, but I want more pieces. And so since we're doing the front... Oh, no, we're doing the front quarters in 35. Oh, wait. Oh, that's why it was still doing that. Okay. No. Let's do that. So we'll go back to the cupboard. We will get rid of the front ones, and then we will duplicate the back ones. Where's my... Can you just right click and click copy? Which button? Group. Ungroup. Oh, that one. That's why we charge the big bucks. Cut. Why are you duplicating the rears? Because I'm gonna fuck them up somehow. That's why I cut them out on the plotter the first time, because it's not really... It's about getting just multiple chances on these. These are very dirty. These are probably gonna take a couple patterns. If I get them in one, then awesome. But I just bet it's gonna take me more than one try. So that's why I just cut them out here. My wife wants some of the blue-green tint, but it's money, so I'm tempted to find it somewhere else where I don't want to ruin $200 film for a whole car. Yes. What happens to TikTok? Why does it do that? Omni Tint, their prices are high, but supposedly ceramic. They are ceramic. You just don't know how long they're gonna last. Some of their colors fail really quickly. I had somebody that did gold, and 8 months later, it faded to silver. It was definitely ceramic, though. Finding ceramic film is not hard. Finding quality ceramic film, well, it's not really hard to find quality ceramic film, but it's, you never know what's cheap. Can someone give me some advice on good film for cars since I can't get Windshield in Europe? I'm currently using Expel, but it's not bad. Wondering if you had any other recommendations without Lumar. Bro, what? What? What do you think film is? Like, if you're using Expel and you, like, I mean, it's one thing to use, like, a Lexan, and it's another thing to use, like, an Expel. What don't you like about them? They have good films. Is Pro Nano a good film? All of Geo's films are good. All right, so let's soak this down. Should get another spray bottle. There will be particular gripes I'll have about any, like, about, you know, nothing anybody sells is perfect. But in general, yes, like, all their films, they're all super good. What's the cheapest film that you've used to tint a car? Dude, I have videos with Walmart film. I've done all types of Amazon film, and yes, I've left that kind of stuff on my car for videos for like months. How do I find more clients? Hustle. I keep getting bubbles at the edge of the window that won't squeegee out. Is it dirt? Sounds like it. Oh, I should have got a soapier bottle. There's already stuff here. No more pink clean? No, I still got it. It's sitting on the table. How his sunglasses not put you out of business? I don't know. How are vinyl records making a comeback? feel like they made this pattern a little big. Look at I gotta go buy an easy reach. But I feel like that pattern is big. I'm not super happy. Is it working? Oh, jeez.
I mean, I'm like, it's like, not even close. For 4 hours, I was working on that function. I only got
Well, you definitely dove into the deep end.
Oh, I'm scuba gear and all.
Oh, no, it's good. Having the right tool helps. I think I'm going to redo this one. See, I like these for these situations. So this is the tri-edge. It doesn't matter what color this is. But this is slimmer. So it's easier to wedge it in. I'm going to squeegee this all out and check it over though, but I just feel like that was messy. It could have been a little bit long. So they could have made the pattern just a little bit shorter. It's fit in there better than I thought it was going to though, just the way that it was laying. Yeah, it's a little crunched up here, a little crunched up here. So, and there's a little bit of dirt in there. Kind of what I figured. But we're gonna start with the easy reach on this one. They all do that. So like it's a 2008. So like, is the pattern gonna be cut out last month? No, it's probably cut and in their database from years ago. And that pattern was honestly good enough. I just on this one would make it slightly smaller next time. But I don't know if I would make it just shorter. Probably just that. Probably just shorter. I usually trim 1/8 of an inch off the bottom. Actually, I'm with you on that. Why are people still wondering about that? How much Adderall are you on? From that question. All right. Round 2. Tinting sunglasses, get transition lenses. I don't tint sunglasses. I have that's what I hate the most. Yeah, like transitions are awesome. They're the best of both. They'll go dark when you walk outside and they'll stay light on the inside. Will you review Lexan? They sent me a roll. I have it. Yeah, it's sticking a bit. Oh, I have them, but they're not dark enough. That makes sense. I don't do them. You could try. The hardest part is just getting the cut to be like super perfect. So the issue is like one slip solution, kind of, but it's always that tacky ass adhesive. It just grabs. So that's why I hate these types of quarter windows so much. Is it puts a little bit too much pressure in certain spots, and then the whole window then like locks up. But this looks much better. I'm happy with this one. How do you feel about the removable tint? That's a meme. They tinted plexiglass, like you can see it on your website. I did the Google AI windshield on your Facebook group. You should start offering it. Here, we'll get some extra soapy. Do you do business windows? Yeah, we do that. Some. There, that should be enough. How do you hold your phone? I have the viral magnetic TikTok phone holder. Is removing tint difficult? Yeah, it can be. It can be super annoying. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's super annoying. Yee. Look at that. Look at that. Trying to start tinting businesses don't know how to charge money. Charge money. Most are in the $8 to $15 square foot range. So you're gonna take all the measurements and then you're gonna charge that. We have a flat glass class coming up. But yeah, there's not a ton of info out there. There should be more. We're just gonna hose this down a bit. Gotta give it the quick bath, especially those parts. What's something you know now that you didn't know before? A lot. I probably would have put more thought into a physical location than just jumping into a spot and actually like focused on a different area. See, look at that. It's even with more soap. And it just will pick somewhere and just stick. Oh, I forgot to trim this one too. $10 as we crunch this one. in about 3 different ways. See, that's fine. Up here, though, that's where things is gonna go sour. I like the wire trick for these. Right there. Oh wait, is that okay? No, it's crunched. I like the wire trick for these. Man, talk about things that I know I have somewhere. I just don't know where they are. I just don't know where they are. Is there a war going on? I'm just trying to get this. The rest of the car is easy peasy. These quarter windows can go die. Cut the seals. There's no good way to cut those, though. Nothing that's actually going to help. Heat shrink the pattern. That's not going to help either. What could help is... we do have that 16 gauge speaker wire somewhere. I have no earthly idea where it is. I mean, maybe I have one drawer I could check. Maybe I should go check it. But then I have to figure out how I'm going to cut it too, because I don't know where my wire cutters are. But if we screw this one up, we'll see. Push the window very hard. That's part of the problem. Is this film likes to grab with a lot of pressure. So you're trying to baby it and slide it and tuck it all at the same time. Take your time. You don't have time to take. It's not like I feel rushed. It's that if I leave it sitting, it will also decide to grab. So it's a little bit of everything. There's dirt around every edge. Even though we flushed it out. It's got 1,000,001 reasons why it sucks. But when it goes in there right, then we'll be good. That might have done it. Using lots of Dawn. I mean, there we go. Dawn's something I used to use mixed with a little bit of baby shampoo. Tint slip is set up to basically be the same. Well, not the same, but like acts like it's got that much soap in it. It still doesn't quite. There we go. There we go. Let's check it over. What about baby oil? I think the baby oil is all sold out. That's good. I am happy with that. That turned out nice. We're all covered. We don't have any crinkles here. That looks very pretty. Okay, cool. We done with that. What was I saying? No, like Dawn and baby shampoo. there's soaps that stick a little bit better because they have more what are called surfactants in them. So like when you touch soap, it sticks to your skin. So tint slip, the reason why it's a little bit more liquidy is because it's made so it's not quite as gel-like. But if you add too much of that, then you risk your film doing the opposite and just not sticking enough. I feel like you can just go overboard, and then if you need to back off on your soap, then that's fine. But this was a product that I helped give feedback on with GeoShield, and so they wanted to just stay a little shy on it. Tint slime. I was never a tint slime fan. Not the green one. Orange one was better, but then I used Avery, and it was too sticky for that, and Geo, I just never had the same experience. Any tips for cleaning the inside of the window after getting tint? Oh, just use a soft, high-quality microfiber. Don't get the cheapest microfiber that you see, like 300 GSM and up microfibers are awesome. That's what these are. I was using the Costco ones for a long time. Costco ones are decent. They leave a ton of little fibers behind though. So if you use a better quality microfiber, you'll notice a big difference with that. But for cleaning tint, it's really easy. Just that and some glass cleaner, you'll be good. Adam's towels, yeah. Anything with a high GSM to it is really good. Part of it is degreasing the surface. So you just like, you want to get it a little damp and wipe all that and just kind of like lightly scrub it. And then the other part is then kind of like taking something that dries really fast. One of the best glass cleaners that I've ever used is just rubbing alcohol. Dries super fast and it works really well. How long do you use the same scrub it pad? Probably entirely too long. But it's like a kitchen scrubber. It's just when it feels less scrubby, it's not scrubbing as well. So then you can flip it over to the other side or just switch it out. I would have thought rubbing alcohol would mess with the film. It might. I don't clean my windows super often, and I haven't tried rubbing alcohol for a long time, but I don't know. I sprayed ammonia glass cleaner on a film, like here in the shop, but I just like soaked it and I'd leave it on there and I'd spray it every day, and I still had yet to see any issues with it. But I've seen old film, like there's just, I don't know. Films have gotten better. It's probably not advised to, but my dog likes to press his nose on my window. You probably get a piece of paint protection film and layer that over a section on the window. And it might take care of like any sort of damage, and it'd still be, it wouldn't be quite as, it'd probably be a little blurry, but it'd take care of any damage to the film. Why not plotter the windshield? The windshield is the most inconsistent. I'm not really saving time by plotter cutting a windshield, so I'd rather just not risk it not fitting. It'd probably be okay, but... "50/50 alcohol, water, and a razor blade to remove adhesive." Nice. Are you tinting a windshield? Yep. Yes, we are. Oh, thank you for the lightning bolts. I don't know TikTok gifs at all. It's true. There are no dumb questions, just dumb people. I'm kidding. Should we leave that up? Yeah, why not? Have you tried the magnet trick on windshields? Yeah, I saw that the other day. If you are unrolling your film in a way that it falls back off the window, then I could see it helping. But the water should hold the film onto the glass so you don't have to use the magnet. Because the thing for me is when I'm putting the film on the glass, like you're gonna shift that film around a little bit. And if you got a magnet pressing too hard, if the film twists, I could see it leaving a lot of little crinkles in that area. So just be careful with that is my thoughts on it. But if people's film is falling off the window where they're trying to just roll it up on it, then yeah. Matt only goes live once in a blue moon. I know. It's kind of sad now. We are doing a reverse roll on this, and I just realized that this windshield was almost too tall. Holy shit. It's a big old windshield for what kind of car it is. This is maxing out a 36-inch roll. It's a Tesla or a Focus or an Edge. Yeah, it's literally touching the very edges. Do you prefer dryer sheets to bar soap? Bar soap dries super fast, which is kind of surprising. Like, I put this on wet, walked over and grabbed the film, and it's like dry. I don't know what kind of magic that is, but it dries out way faster. Dryer sheets, the Snuggle, with this film is a little more sticky, and I like that. This soap bar is not quite as sticky. So what I was noticing happening on the back window was there was some overspray or something on the back window that was just not as nice as a new piece of glass. So after I shrunk some areas, air was feeding underneath it and causing some areas to pop loose again. So it probably depends, just like dryer sheets, it probably just depends on the soap bar. This is a Dove bar. It was better than the Dial bar that I got. Easy windshield? Yeah, this one definitely is more flat. It's big though, so that's got its own issues. Well, I guess that's just gonna be like that for a minute. Irish Spring, that's one I gotta pick up. I don't know what it is, but it's always been this way. There's something that'll say, oh yeah, I should get that. And then I walk into a grocery store, and then, why am I here? Like every time. So I like constantly forget to buy any random products for window tint. Or if I manage to buy them, then I accidentally leave them at home. See this. Sunglasses. So I don't know how I'm doing this, but I'm filtering out most of whatever conversation is happening and just focusing on questions. I've heard sunglasses, though, mentioned at least 1,000 times in the past, like, 10 minutes. Bar soap wouldn't stick. I think it definitely depends on what soap that you're using. So I'll look into Irish Spring. Because it matters for dryer sheets too, and there was a big difference just between Dove and Dial, so. But what I see, part of it for me is like trying to make it as foolproof as possible. Because I'll explain and show how to do this, and then we'll see people just like completely soak down a window or barely put any on it. So it's trying to figure out super foolproof methods just to take some of the learning curve out of it matters. And one thing I liked about Snuggles is like, even if you soak down a window and you just like saturate the whole thing with a dryer sheet, it's fine. You're not ruining it. DSP is good. Sometimes I ran into issues where, I don't know, sometimes it was just so sticky and I don't know why. It wasn't the batch, it was the window. And that was weird to me. So, but with DSP, you apply like such a thin layer, you almost don't see that it's on there. So these things are just a little bit more foolproof, and they show how much you need. But it's one of those things that, like, if you've been shrinking or know how to shrink, switching over to DSP should be like no issues. What's the best brand to use when doing limo tints? I don't know. Any good brand is going to have a good 5%. The Amazon film would crease so easy. Yeah, because there's lots of thin films on Amazon. Where was that? What's up? Doing limo tints? It's a real man. I don't know. I was looking for a particular comment and then I couldn't find it. They're coming in fast right now. Like there was just 5 there in like a second. What's a good percentage to have? I live down south. I don't know. Anything ceramic. How much do you want to see? Have you ever used Shield? They just sent me an email. They want me to buy and sell their film. Oh, no, actually, they want me to just sell their film. Shield's awesome. No, I don't. Haven't switched to the Steinel heat gun yet. So this kind of goes with like the soap bars and dryer sheets and some of the things that I use. The film is one thing. Like this customer's getting a good job. There's just everything that I use takes a certain amount of like explanation. And so if I had to try and explain like a Steinel heat gun every time I picked one up versus just a basic Wagner heat gun, it's like these are great. They work great. You don't have to get any fancy heat guns. But if I was always using the Steinel ones, I'll use it once in a while, but is it a better heat gun overall? Yeah. Yeah, it puts out a little bit more heat. It's a little bit more robust. These ones are great though. So that's sometimes why. Anything that has like a couple simple ways of screwing it up or a little explanation compounds a lot. Is Rock Rose good? I don't know. But they ripped off Alligator's videos, so I don't like them. Okay, so this top corner, this is really probably hard to see because it's 70. So I'm gonna try and adjust things so you can see some of the reflections going on up here. So I've shrunk this. I can shrink this more. But you see how there's this swoop coming this way? And there'll be a couple of them. Depends on how curved your windshield is, but you'll shrink it some, and then as you shrink it, you'll start noticing these swoops. The film wants to be stretched out in this direction. That's what that means. So some people, they'll take these and they'll try and push the fingers back inwards and force one of these to be really big and sharp. You actually don't want to do that. You want to take this swoop, coast it out the side, and what that's going to do is that it's going to take your finger up here and it's going to flatten it out a little bit more. And it's going to take a little bit of the sharpness out of it. So if you get hung up on your fingers, it's a big reason why. Yeah. Not too far off of what I thought. It's the most common. Trucks. We get lots of trucks and big three. GM, Ford, Dodge. There are like two completely different things going on in the chat right now. What are your favorite squeegees? The Fusion Hybrid, Fusion Quarter Pro. I'm trying that Tri-Edge one a lot right now. If I were to use an alternative to the hybrid, it would probably be that. I went back to trying like the Flat Out and the Orange Crush and their new Blue Beast Squeegee. I like the Triage one better. Why didn't you finish that corner? I don't know, actually. I just walked away and I was like, why am I walking away? It's really light. It's hard to see right now. I thought I already did it. Thoughts on KSI's new song? I don't know. I didn't hear it. I just saw a couple of TikToks about how amazing it was. I'm just laughing because, like, here's my hot take on... No, nobody cares. KSI mentioned. Only thing I know is Prime, which is probably what they're happy about. They just had a Mr. Beast podcast, though. There's just all types of shit going on in that world right now. But they're probably embracing the hell out of it. Why are people getting married in the chat? Dude, I don't even know. I feel like my stream is hooked up to somebody else's right now. There's some tint comments, and then I don't know what the hell is going on. But I haven't been paying attention to much of it, so I'm completely lost. There's just, like, so many messages right now. Okay, we gotta move some stuff, because this is all in my way. Don't cut on the glass. I know. Oh, it's got like a buckle. There we go. That's handy. Now this gets out of my way. Don't cut on the glass. Okay, look at this. You see that? You see? We're not doing anything, Ted. That hasn't been done already. Have you ever used 2% film? Yeah, that actually reminds me. I gotta order more, which I'll promptly forget. Okay, so does this work as a dash towel? Asking for a friend. What's the wildest thing you ever saw in a car? Nothing too crazy. A couple handguns. Bag of weed. I'd say probably par for the course for some of the areas that I've tinted in. It's not a floor mat. No, it's one of those fitted dashboard mats. But this has Oh, this is like sealed. This will come off. There we go. That's easy enough. Then we'll take this out. I'm going to put an actual dash towel in here. So I didn't want to... I could have worked with it. I'd rather just get it out of the way, because then it makes the dash thicker. So it's easy to pull out. So I'll take that off, put a dash towel in there. Use this puppy. $40 packs of McDonald's ketchup. I mean, I've tinted in a vehicle where the entire rear was literally set up to be a cat litter box. Like, full on cat litter. Just like poured all over the back. Tons of cat hair everywhere. And it's like, oh, they just like let their cat hang out in the car for a long time. Maybe keep it in there overnight. I don't know. That was one of the grosser ones. There. That's better. See, it's not so much about keeping water off of the dash. It's more about trying to keep water from running down into areas where you don't want it to go. There we go. And then this is a twist off. This is something that can come off. I'm not trying to take this off. I don't need to. It's just to put this back on. If I have to twist this back, it kind of got in the way. Ta-da! That's good. So let's clean this off. Live visibility. Oh, it's probably because I said drugs. We started talking about dangerous stuff, guys. You got me TikTok restricted. I feel like I'm hanging out with Matt in real life. Yeah, this is pretty much what it's like. It's not really any different. I hate Ford mirrors. Yeah, I just leave them. There's the easy ones that I'll take out. Most of the new ones have a screw now. TikTok is that sensitive now. Okay, so they trade blows. YouTube genuinely was far worse for a little while. Like, not for video, but for shorts and live streaming. TikTok was just significantly better. Now YouTube yoinked a bunch of TikTok ways of doing things, and it's showing, and it's far better. And then TikTok's going all like Big Brother and just being annoying. Bye. Free speech. There's no free speech. Like, it started with little things. So I would hold up signs to advertise, like, the store. That was kind of fun. But there's still, like, I'll still watch plenty of TikTok, and TikTok's still, like, plenty funny. But now I feel like being pushed into that public area is a lot more restrictive than it used to be. Which is like what every platform does, though. There'll be a platform, they won't have enough people making stuff, so everybody will get a content boost, and then the platform will fill out and get saturated, and then they'll get more restrictive and whatever. So YouTube's been around for much longer, though, so it's kind of funny seeing them swing back in the other direction and go, oh, hey, we need people in these areas on our platform right now. Let's feature that. And so that's when there's always some type of an advantage. So I didn't expect TikTok to drop off. I was looking to do both. I only post on TikTok for my business. It's still really good for that kind of stuff. It's getting harder, though. But that's how everything goes. It's good one day, it's not as good the next. You always have to be on your toes with platforms. TikTok's the easiest one to still get any type of exposure on, but whether or not that exposure is super meaningful is the hard thing. TikTok isn't really doing anything that any other platform isn't doing. There's just like various awarenesses on each platform. YouTube's got their own issues. I'm cleaning lots of dirt out of the edges. See, I got that ridge there. That makes it harder to reach down there. USA wants to make them sell it all about dollar. Everything's all about dollar. When is it not about the dollar? Really need more followers on TikTok so I can go live. Well, you gotta make good videos. It starts with that. You make good videos and then you'll be able to make a good live. That's the whole idea. So I wanna make sure that you're not just a bot and you can make something halfway interesting. I'm hesitant to tint because I don't want water damage inside my door. All right, we'll give this one more squeegee, and we'll put this in. You have to sell your soul to get followers. No, you don't, but it does take work. I mean, you sell your soul to go work anyways, so at least with social media you can do it for yourself. But it does, just like anything, there's competition, there's lots of other people to watch. You have to figure out how you fit into all of that. What's your whole time to do a car? What's your average time to do a car hand cutting? That depends on the day. If we're doing without a windshield and we're live, 3. If we're with a windshield and we're live, 4 hours. This is all gonna get rolled up. Okay, so this is backwards. So I need to start on the passenger side and roll it up to the driver. So I'll start with flushing this side out. We're almost done though. It's 5:30. Do you remove tint by scraping it off? You're gonna peel it as best you can first, and then you're gonna scrape. Usually the glue is left behind. Don't do that. Just let it go. There we go. Yeah, steamer will get the film off. Doesn't always get the glue off though. Still scrape. You need citrus. I've used citrus removers. They're not all that great. You need oven cleaner. Actually, I don't know that for sure, but I know that there is a crossover between oven cleaners and a window tint remover, and it's great. This one takes longer when you put a phone in front of your face. How do you feel? How do you clean all your towels? I just use regular detergents, and I don't use any fabric softeners. Fabric softeners will like up your microfiber towels so fast. So will excessive heat. So microfibers are tons of little fibers. And so you like when you use a dryer sheet, you're putting wax all over those little fibers. You can just feel them as soon as you like take them out of the dryer. They're just like so much worse. So just avoid using fabric softeners and then use the lower heat. And if you use lower heat, you're not gonna melt the fibers. Actual orange peels. What do I do? Do I go grab a bunch of oranges, peel them, and then squeeze the juice out of it and spray that on the film? Sounds like work. There's some adhesive removers that have a very strong orange smell to them. I always assume that those are like citrus-based cleaners, but I've never just tried. You got me there. I've never tried just orange. Ugh. $409 was something that like I've had so many mixed results with. I don't know. I don't know why. It's been recommended for so long. I don't know why. It was so many things that like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. One thing that's really cool though, I wish more adhesive removers did this. What was it? Ammonia Windex. If you have really old purple bubbly window tint, I've used ammonia Windex and the glue just vanishes. It's magical. It doesn't get gunky. It just like your window will be all foggy and ghosted from like the glue, and you'll spray it and it'll sit for a little bit and it'll just like fade to clear. It's so cool. What? Farted? I actually didn't. Do you hear all this? That sound? Oh, that sound? All this, like. No, if it was me though, I'd just flat out say it. That time it was not. We got lots of car sounds going on right now. Yeah, you hear that? Like. The McRib. I've never tried the McRib. I don't know what that's. It smells like not a fart. It smells like a dry erase marker though. I still don't understand how you're removing the protective layer while you're putting the film on. I don't know. This shit's magical. It just does. If you just follow the steps, it'll work the same for you, and then eventually you'll wrap your head around it. I didn't understand it. Yeah, hear that? That's car sounds right now. I don't know what that dry erase smell is, though. That's concerning. Alright, I got one little guy right here. Was the protective layer on the windshield side or is it on your side? So the protective layer frozen. Is this dead? Oh. Alright, well, phone's dead. Sorry guys, we're gonna have to cut this one short. I don't think I got a solution for this one. Rip. My microphone's still good though. You can listen to ASMR. Russians again. Hang on, I gotta finish this though. It's dead. If I hook up a power bank, it's gonna take at least 5 minutes. Windshield's gonna be done. Ah, annoying. That's the first time this has ever run out of battery. It should have been full. I don't know. I should have had enough to get through this, so I wasn't paying attention. I have no idea why. Literally sits on a charger all day. I love the freeze frame. What? I don't even think this phone's set up for this. The other phone is gone. This one, yeah, what, power bank? Power bank with an iPhone charger? I actually got it. Oh, there it goes. Let's see. I have a power bank. It is charged. I have a cable. That's good news. I still have a dead phone though. I will I will stay on. Oh, the phone's starting up. Okay. Hang on. Let Let it decide. Let it wake up. Give me a minute. I had squeegee out the window, though. Yeah, this is 2%. This is like 2% ASMR POV. There's just no light, guys. Fucking charger. You guys don't know how annoying. So I have to do vertical. And now the cable is getting in the way of my stand. So click go live. Next. No, I don't want go live. No, not screen share, you dumb thing. There. See, I hooked this up. Give it a second. It'll probably settle in. Just started up faster than what I thought. Good job, iPhone. Although, that means that it had extra battery. Yeah, there's like 100 videos way more detailed than this is getting. What was that? Are my ear pods too? They just went boop, 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 boop. For what? What are you connected to that's low battery other than yourself? 2024, still dealing with the same shit. I bet he didn't double layer. No, so what I did was I messed up the entire windshield and then I pulled it off. And now I'm just squeegeeing the windshield and I'm going to pretend that I put 70 on here. If you can't understand what he's showing you on video, there's no help for you. Well, no, it's not completely true, but I didn't understand reverse rolling for a while. Nobody taught me in person. I watched videos, I talked to people, and like, mind you, there wasn't the same types of YouTube videos that there are now. And anytime I asked somebody that knew how to do it, they were like, I'm gonna do a video on it. And they would set up a phone. They would set up a phone like here, like on the dashboard. And then they would be doing the back window. And you like couldn't see half the shit that they're doing. But when you roll up the film, you can do this with a small piece of film. You peel the film, you roll it back up, so the whole thing's been wet. You roll it up, and then you loosen up the liner and just stick it to the other side of the film. So it's like you literally just like bend the liner back and stick it to the roll. And then magically when you're unrolling it, it now sticks to the opposite side. I know how to do it, I just don't understand the magic. Yeah, it's weird. I wouldn't have figured it out. Hang on, boys. We froze again.
Matt, are you really believing he's gonna understand you telling him when he said he's seen the video and still don't know how long?
Yes.
He froze again.
I have faith. Damn it. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go snatch a cable out of my car. Oh my God, that's that smoky smell. Somebody's got a campfire. Okay. USB A to USB C is now getting swapped to USB C
Matt said yes.
to Lightning.
Long.
No,
With
that's
your
not right.
low, playful face.
I had a USB A cable, now I got a USB C cable. Still rocking Lightning on this
From you
14.
guys acting like you can do anything after watching one video.
Who would have thought streaming video wirelessly takes battery?
You are right. We aren't.
I got like 2 quarter windows to do. It's way too late. This is why we don't go live this late.
Matt is a giver. Doing all this for us. Tinting is hard. I watched 100 of his.
So, there we go. The only cable that I had was a USB A. Now I got a USB C plugged in here. Maybe that'll give me just enough power fast enough to not die. Oh, come on. I need this to not be stupid right now. There we go.
Nick Kerr. I love America and all the people. Back.
Lol. If we didn't get banned on TikTok, we're getting banned.
I love you Russians. Olive skin, olive skin.
Even those are at 9% right now? Get fucked. I hear nothing. Why do I hear nothing? Oh, it works now. It's okay. If we get banned, at least we went out with a bang. Hard racist bang. Okay, we could. I think. I don't know. This could freeze again. I can't even lock the screen. Oh, I could turn down the bright. Oh, no. Don't do. Fucking. Swear to God. Turn the brightness all the way down. Is that okay? Sick. I was able to turn brightness down. You have chat? Yes. Yes, I got it on this screen, that helps with messages I missed, and then I hear everything. I don't listen to everything, though. I just hear everything. Those are 2 different things. Make their card double 5. Why? We have 2%. We could just do 1 layer of 2%. Why is this windshield so big? It looks good, though. I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. At the end of the day. See, that's what's crazy. Is like we can... and annoying. Like, I actually have to do a good job. For as much as I want to dick around and stream problems and whatever, it's like I gotta make this work within an actual reasonable amount of time. It looks very good. I thought it was a Cybertruck. The windshield. The windshield is shockingly big. I don't know what it is about small cars with big windshields. The Focus, the Edge, the Honda Fit. Fucking tiny ass cars will have big old windshields. And now I didn't even think this one was that big. This one's big. Very, very, very big. Okay, looks sweet. Quarter windows. We gotta tint those and then we'll be good. So we'll do 35. And let me recover all my stuff. Look at that. Look how tinted that. It doesn't look tinted at all in here. It looks like shockingly clear in here. Tool belt. What? Who's here? You're really acting like an ace. I don't know. There's a whole world of other conversations going on right now that I'm paying zero attention to. I don't know. Okay. When's the next one? Can't we just enjoy the one that we have? What do we do next? Man, but we're here. Enjoy the moment. That's the problem with kids nowadays. I have no idea. This is probably the last one till next year. Okay, so we'll cut those out. Let's get rid of this. I found out what the smell was too. When you go outside, there's an actual campfire going on. So it smells a little bit smoky in here right now. Does the Russian really expect us to be able to read that? I don't know. It's Mark in the back. Wait, where did my... Whatever. Are they burning a car? No, there's like actual houses behind here. There used to be a lot of trees and then they all got cut away and now you can actually see like there's a whole neighborhood right behind here. I think I'm the reason you can't sign up for Trials of Core anymore. You're probably why they can't get back to actual people. We had somebody at the class, and he's like, yeah, I tried reaching out to them like over a month ago, and they still won't get back to me. True. This... Do you do weddings? I will tint your wedding. I signed up for 11 free trials over a year of new laptops. Worth it. Was it just as simple as... There's so much dirt there. Just gonna put it here. Was there... It's just as simple as using a different email? God, you really did make it difficult for everybody. That's true. You did save a ton of fast money. Different computer. Wait, you use a different computer like every time? What would you do with the new laptop? Did you return it? Now I can't even try it. You did. You did for a year. All right, which one do I need? They weren't new, they were family and friends. Hey, let me borrow your computer for a month so I can get free software. Sure, here you go. I just got film cut. Oh, did they just ban you from using it? They're like, this guy's gotten 100 free trials. Boot him. That'd be extra funny. Yeah, but one account is still active. Okay, well, yeah, you do win in the end then. They win in the end. No, they had a... I heard from somebody else. Yeah, another issue was there was an actual company that were just stealing patterns and reselling it on another software. 12 months I took cord to the cleaner. Well, you're going to be the reason why we don't have a free trial for our software. So, sorry. We'll ban him. And then he'll just make another account, though, so we won't know it's him. You rich now with those savings. It's still good with Digi. The patterns aren't worth it, though. Digi's decent. Wait, what? You just exploited a free 30-day trial. There isn't much juice there. Am I... Hang on. Yeah, let me grab this one. I had the wrong one. Or I had the right one, and I just flipped it like a dummy. Yeah, so we're going to have a... It's not a... I just want to explain the cool feature. I love our phone calling feature. It's a lot of automation and AI stuff. There we go. Stuff that actually saves you time. So, one thing that is super cool about it is all the phone calls get transcribed. So after you have a phone call with a customer, So somebody calls, they want their windows tinted. They want them. Hi.
You just want to see it.
Okay. It's almost done.
Looks good.
Thank you.
You can give me estimate on my car?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
I'll see what it is later.
Two is good. Front is incomplete. Yeah,
A site?
30, 35. 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We'll two more than two.
And then we'll take these. Put them there. Walk in. Oh yeah, this is a customer for this car. And then we'll quote something else. Let's see Matt with his Wolf of Wall Street like salesmanship. Yeah, no. That's not how that goes. Oh, don't peel this. There we go. No, so what we're working on has a ton of automation and it helps with streamlining communication. So it's set up to combine all your messaging into one place. And then we hooked up a AI autoresponder, which you may or may not want to use, but I think the coolest feature that I don't know, it's really, really nice. We have a transcriber attached to it, so after every phone call, you'll get a call summary and any important things that you wanted to collect, like vehicle information, it'll plug that into like the customer. So let's say somebody calls and goes, yeah, my name is John and I want my front doors tinted on my 2010 Ram. It'll record all that. You don't have to write that down anymore. So like you could just be working on a car, take notes without having to physically write them down. Because a lot of time what I would have is at the end of the day, I wouldn't know what contact is what. I just got a bunch of phone numbers. So this is a great way of being able to handle all of that without, it's basically like having a receptionist. You can just keep on working. We'll have more info about it soon. We're working out a lot of small bugs as we run into them. So it's like a Zapier plus ChatGPT plus other apps all connected to a phone somehow. Yeah, in a way. We started with basically using like a Zapier program. But there's like, so we're building it on a platform and we kind of started with a Zapier style program and now we've built our own. It makes it a lot more cost effective for everybody. Because every time you use Zapier and ChatGPT and all those, like they all have usage costs. So I think most people would be fine with under, like, in the 150 to $200 range. Probably like somewhere in between is what I'm thinking. Yeah, it was honestly kind of wild. We started working with a program and then started building our own tools for it. So it really, like, I was just looking to streamline a lot of stuff that was going on here. And then we were like, why doesn't anything do this? And then we made that. And now it's like, yay, this is fun. You need to automate this chat. I know a hell of a lot more about it now. At this point, I feel like we could write our own chat widget. But yeah, it comes with like your own phone line. You can add as many phone lines as you want, really. I hate these. Hang on, let me get this. Twist off. Doesn't twist on. Yeah, he's got an aftermarket mirror on it. Should be good now. Cool. I got halfway scary for a minute. Can see into the future with that. That's a good one. What does the heat shrink do? Heat shrink molds it. So your film is flat, your glass is curved, and you need to form that film to fit. All the little cleanup stuff. Put this here for now. That's how everything becomes a mess. Gotta put headrest back. I give you a 9. Thanks. We at least got an A for it. Cool, that looks good. So many things to put back. I used static tint earlier. It was so easy to use. Yeah, but it doesn't look good. Your home window's curved. Yes, very. But yeah, it's fun. We got it set up right now for the shop, so that's where we're building a lot of fun tools to help streamline stuff around here. So once everything gets optimized and re-optimized and re-optimized and all the little bugs sorted out, and we actually have a simpler way of getting it all set up, we'll have more on it probably in the next month. But We'll have a free demo that everybody can try out. We'll have a number that people can call. It'll be cool. The demo that I'm setting up is really cool. So call a phone number, pretend to be a customer, leave a voicemail, you get an immediate text back.